The key thing to all of this is that you can't just do volume willy-nilly. And I've talked about this at great length. For the longest time, I've realized that the path to success with my squat is to just be able to do more volume. If you can master more volume, if you can survive more volume, then you will get stronger. Simple as that. I don't want to say in any rep range, but pretty much in any rep range, if you improve a significant amount, let's say your 30 rep max goes up, 20, 30 kilos. Bro, you are stronger. I don't care what anyone says, you are stronger. You just have to realize that strength and just, work through the whole periodization and just kind of get better at, going another plate, and just kind of learn how to lift heavier weights. But if you increase your strength in any rep range, I'm a firm believer that you are stronger. You haven't realized it yet, but you are definitely stronger. Your potential has gone up. And so why haven't I done this? Well, for many, many years, man. Some of you guys that have watched me for a long time, you will know that if I do, let's say, more volume than previously, I always bump into this freaking hip pain. And it plagued me for a long time, and I kind of tiptoed around. I would hit the limiter, the rev limiter, let's say, and then I would have to back off and lose some speed in my training, and then I'll regress and then get healthy again and then try again and then hit another rev limiter, and then just always kind of just unable to break through that barrier into that next, echelon of strength. Always struggle to do this. And then I tried this, that, the other. I tried wide stance squats, and they gave me this ability to do stupid amount of volume. Wide stance squats was amazing. The only negative thing about wide stance squats, and I still think about them pretty much daily, is that going wide means you have to go shallow. So you're not going deep squats anymore when you go wide, like the wide that I was going. And that's all well and good because you're still training your squatting muscles and all great, but you start to lose the length in your muscles. And so I started losing the ability to go deep. And so when I would have an odd day of ATG squats, I started feeling this odd freaking sensation in my groin. And that led down this whole rabbit hole, which is essentially I'm kind of an extension of. Earlier part of this year, I struggled with this groin pain so much so that I just had to kind of work it out. And the workout was just to drop the weight completely down and start doing, super, super high reps like 20s and 30s. And that's kind of where I am right now. So wide stance were good. I was doing 3 plates and it was great, all that good stuff, fine. But I couldn't really, do that because I was losing too much on the narrow. And so I was thinking about how to kind of make a combination of the two. And then it kind of occurred that doing really, really, light squats for huge amounts of volume, like sets of 30 and all that kind of stuff, not only trained me with that stupid amount of volume which I was seeking, but it was also making me feel healthier. So it wasn't giving me the repercussions of doing that volume like previously, where I would kind of hit that rev limiter. So now I've kind of found myself in a situation where I can survive huge amounts of volume, albeit at a lighter weight, huge amounts of volume, and I know I'm getting healthier, and then through that function, I'm getting stronger as well. So I found myself this super lightweight, 1 plate on an SSB, which is crazy, right? That's like less than what I'm using for the bench. But for me, it is enough. And the reason I say this is because, man, I am not built for squatting. And I've kind of battled this idea for many years, but I am not somebody that is naturally a good squatter. There's lots of things wrong with me. My proportions, my leg length, my tibia length to my femur ratio, all that stuff is just wrong. And when I squat, I tend to lean over, and the bar path is really bad. My bar path, the bar is way in front of my middle of my foot, and so all these things kind of happen. And when I do, let's say, 3 plates, 3.5 plates, 4 plates for really good volume, I tend to suffer, and I always have to kind of battle and do like 101 different exercises. And I've made so many videos about this on how to combat that pain that's going to come from that huge amount of squatting volume. Now I've kind of, said to myself, okay, that's not my forte. Squatting, 80% for huge amounts of volume is not my thing. So let's just drop to where I can survive. And right now, 1 plate is plenty for sets of 30. And I'm feeling healthy, and I'm kind of continuing on with my training really well. And I feel like it's giving me strength as well, which I've exhibited through the recent pig squat routine where I did 170 for 5. I went up all the way from the bar to 170 for 5. So that's all kind of looking good. And so I say all of this to say that just because you see me doing this volume doesn't mean you can just pick any freaking technique on bench and deadlift and squat and start doing it. No, You really have to work out your body, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, which grip on the bench is going to serve you well. For example, when I did narrow for huge volumes, I really got stuck with elbow pain. So I can't just do bench press with any old grip. It needs to be wide. That makes me feel great. Elbows feel good, shoulders feel good, everything feels good. So I can survive huge amounts of volume there. And so that's what I'm doing right now. With the squat, it's a narrow-ish stance, ATG with super lightweight, right? That works really well for me. And so I've kind of found these workarounds, regardless of what the weight is and regardless of what the strength standards and what other people are saying, this is me. This is what my body needs right now. I think I would like to encourage you to have that, willpower within you to go, okay, I am not a natural X mover. Let me just do what I can. And so it's funny. Like I look at this right now, I'm like, God, I'm doing sets of 24 today with the bench press with 100 kilos, and I'm doing a set of 30 with the squat on the SSB. What's going on there? Well, number one, the different movements, and number two, I am naturally a bencher. I've ignored this for many years, but I have a negative wingspan. I repeat that. I have a negative wingspan, not a positive one like most people do. I feel like I want to say most people. I'm just assuming because a lot of basketball players have a positive wingspan. Like as in their wingspan is greater than their height. I'm the opposite, man. And so naturally I'll have this, smaller reach with my arms, which makes me a good bench presser. Theoretically speaking, it should make me a really bad deadlifter, but I'm pretty good at deadlifting because when I freaking squat, I basically deadlift anyway. So I've trained my back muscles so much through the squat and the deadlift that I've just kind of forced myself to get a strong back. So find yourself a happy place with these movements where you can survive huge amounts of volume and then go and get that volume. And once you start to creep up on this volume, strength will come. That's just a given fact. That's just the way it goes, man. Volume is the key to the next path, to the next level. That's what you got to do. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.